Hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So tonight we're gonna have zucchini lasagna. And I got this idea off of, I make the lasagna noodles and I made the spaghetti noodles, and somebody reminded me of doing the lasagna noodles. And I used to actually do, when I made the spaghetti, I would cut the zucchini with a potato peeler and then cut them into strips. So anyway, we're gonna have a zucchini lasagna and get on the healthy light side. I think that all this cooking, I've got to cut back and try to be a little leaner and lighter. And we've got all these garden vegetables, so I'm really blessed with that. So I hope this brings you along for the ride. I hope that you, if you do like it, you give me a thumbs up and you post it on your Facebook page and share it with somebody else. And maybe even go over to my Facebook page and hit that like button. All right, guys, come on, let's do it. I am so glad you stayed along for this. We are getting ready to put our lasagna together. Glass of tea. It's really hot out. In this bowl, I actually showed you on a different clip and my SD card took a dive. I don't know. In this bowl, I have 3 fresh eggs for my chickens. I have 2 cups of low-fat cottage cheese instead of ricotta. My husband does not like ricotta, and I don't know why, and I think it's just a childhood thing. His mom made lasagna with cottage cheese. So I'm gonna make him happy and make it my way, but with cottage cheese. And then a cup of Parmesan, a good ½ cup of fresh parsley, a teaspoon, healthy teaspoon of my homemade garlic powder, as well as the Italian seasoning. And now all I'm gonna do is mix this together. Let's see this really well. This is gonna be 1 layer of my lasagna. In fact, I think I want some more parm in here. And it's turning yellow because the yolks are so rich and delicious. They are really that color of sunshine orange. And you could add Parmesan that was not fresh if you want it. It does not make a difference. I mean, it really, I use both and it's just fine. I think this one has a little saltier bite, but see, now it's tightening that right back up. And I believe the reason too, my husband likes a little texture. That soft smush of cheese does not agree with him. So he just, texture-wise, I'm gonna give him what he wants. Okay, so now we're moving to the zucchini layer. This is gonna be instead of pasta. So I've got a really sharp, you could use a potato peeler. I've got a really sharp gizmo here that I got with my other one, as seen on TV. And it makes them thin enough that you can use them like a lasagna noodle. And I picked this zucchini because of the length, because it'll fit perfectly in the pan I've got. I am gonna go easy on the pan, and I'm gonna use an aluminum pan, but I'm lining it with parchment paper because I don't wanna cook my food against aluminum anymore. So now that I've got that side done, or close, and it gets a little wide, I'm gonna go ahead and get this other side. I'm gonna go ahead and cut down the rest of this zucchini for the pasta part. I'm so excited. And we're gonna layer on rotisserie chicken and fresh mozzarella, fresh tomatoes out of the garden, and a garden sauce that I made last year out of my garden, or 2 years ago actually, 2 years ago out of my garden. And so it's gonna be absolutely wonderful. So I'll bring you back when I'm a little further along. I'm gonna go ahead and slice up my mozzarella and done with my eggs, put those away. And I'll get the tomatoes sliced, or cut up however I'm gonna cut them, the mozzarella sliced, and I'll bring you back when I'm layering it up and we've got the chicken out. Okay guys, so I am back. I got my tomato sliced. Hopefully I have enough. I know they're so flavorful, but I put, well, probably twice as many as what's out here on the board in my salad for this week. So I've got 2 of these pouches of fresh mozzarella that I sliced up there. Nothing has to be perfect. It's just a rough slice and or chop. So I'm going to set this aside while I get my chicken ready. Rotisserie chicken is so good. I mean, different places do it differently, but I really enjoy the way Costco does it. So we're going to go ahead and get a plate for you guys to put that chicken on. And then I'll be able to layer it as well. Okay. Probably I'm going to put a glove on just because it'll make this job a little bit neater. Maybe not completely neat and tidy, but neater than without one. So I don't want the skin on here. We're not going to eat the skin at all. And I could have done this while it was a little bit warmer. It's been in the fridge this afternoon, so and I'm going to pop that breast right off of there. I'm just going to pull it off there. And this is going to be so good in this, you guys. The nice thing about these rotisserie chickens too, they go for meal after meal after meal after lunch and just become delicious. Okay, so that's how quick and easy that is. Get that out. And there we go. Maybe a little more breast meat. I don't know how much chicken I want for this, but I'm going to rinse off my one hand. And I'll bring my knife over and just do a rough cut on this. Just to kind of give us some pieces instead of big chunks. Could have put this down on a cutting board, I guess, but it'll be okay. I can break it up as I put it in the lasagna too. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just us. And so I'm just going to break that up a little bit so it's more like a shredded meat. And there we go. Perfect. Okay. Set this over here. And I'll wash my hands and my gloves. And we'll get to assembling our lasagna because it's beautiful. Look at that. I got everything ready. Now this is a little bit tricky because of the parchment. Just saying. Okay, now I want to open, let's see what your visual is here. Looks pretty good. Okay. Now I would like to open the jar of pasta sauce. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I don't like to use, nice. And I take a smell, look at it. Ah, it smells amazing. I love this pasta sauce. And when I get ready to make pasta sauce, you guys are going to be you're going to go, huh? But it's delicious. So I'm going to pour down just a little bit. I don't want a whole lot. It's got some chunks of tomato in there. And I'll take a spoon and kind of spread it around. That'll help hold my parchment down. There we go. And we'll just put that spoon right in there. See that? I don't know if you can see that or not. And at this point, I can actually cut some of that parchment. I don't need all this excess. Right? Okay. parchment all ready, and it's just gonna be the layer against. I don't know. I'm just not okay with the whole foil thing, and everybody's gonna be a little different. If you're okay with that, you know, feel free. So I cut this zucchini down the perfect length of this, and I don't mind having a couple strips thick. So I'm really gonna overlap it on each other, and you're just laying it down just like you would do lasagna noodles. These are pretty thin, so like I said, double them up or overlap them heavy. I can't wait for this. It's gonna be so good. Okay. Okay, now I've got, and the sauce is just gonna keep it really up off the bottom. You know, so you got somewhere to cut through. And let me give you maybe I should bring you over here and give you a look at how I'm doing that. Now we've got, yeah, I better pause you. I'm gonna raise you up a bit and I'll bring you right back. Now I've got you right over top, and you can see I've got my layer of lasagna down, or lasagna, the zucchini noodles down. And I'm gonna put a layer of the ricotta. Only it's not ricotta. It is cottage cheese to make my husband happy, okay? And the egg mixture with the Parmesan and the parsley and all that. This is just gonna be really good. And you could do this without the chicken, trust me. I just wanna have some protein in there somewhere, a little additional protein, and chicken is one of my favorites. So we're gonna just spread that out, because you want about 2 layers like that we're gonna layer with that. So that looks like perfect amount for the next layer. And then I'm gonna put down some chicken. Just a nice little even amount of chicken. Doesn't that look delicious? That looks about right to have another layer left for the next layer. And then I'm gonna layer on tomato. Oh, I just love fresh tomatoes out of the garden. Are you kidding me? Makes my mouth water. Okay. I'm gonna spread these out. May not have the perfect amount for this, but I want one good healthy layer. How's that? We'll just make sure that this gets 1 layer in there. We don't need 2. They're so flavorful and delicious that it'll be just perfect. And we'll fill in all these gaps with the smaller ones. Yum. How pretty is that? Ooh, you gotta love that. I'm telling you. It's lasagna perfection on its way, right? Okay, now I'm gonna lay down some more. And there's actually 2 pieces of the zucchini right there. And I'm gonna overlap that. And get this. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Cover up any thin spots with another slice of the zucchini. And there you go. Okay, now, ooh, we better have some red sauce, a little bit of red. I don't want it all over. We're just giving it a flavor, okay? Because it's going to be all over the top. And we're going to smear down, maybe I'll do it in a little bit different order. How about we do, nope, I'm going to do this again, cottage cheese slash used to be ricotta mixture. Sorry about the visual. I'm not getting it very good for you. And you can layer this any way you want. There isn't a wrong or a right. It's just the only wrong would be not to do it. Right? Okay, now we got that spread out. A little bit of chicken. It's actually a lot of chicken in here. And then got a little bone there. Now that I've got my chicken all laid out, I forgot to bring out my spinach. I'm gonna bring you right back with my layer of spinach and we'll finish this up. Almost done. Okay, so now we're gonna go to a thin layer, but a layer of organic spinach leaves. And we're just gonna lay these down. I just love spinach, and what better way to get a good veg in? Gotta know that it's gonna be delicious and so good for you. You could use kale for this. I almost bought kale for this, but I was like, I want spinach in my salad, so we'll do spinach and save the money, you know, and double duty something. Okay, now I want to put down some mozzarella. We love cheese, so I'm gonna make sure I cover that well. How good does that look? I don't want any open spaces there. And, lovely. Okay. Got that mozzarella layer. And I think it should be one more layer deep with the zucchini because it's a veg. Let's do another layer with the zucchini, and I have to double these up. This is going to bake off and just be absolutely wonderful. And you guys, I hope that this inspires you to try something like this. I get inspired all the time by you guys. You know, when you message me and say, oh, have you done this? It made me think about it. I actually went, oh, I forgot about that. I love that. So just saying, you guys inspire me all the time. So, okay, so I've got the whole top now is covered with the zucchini, and I'm gonna then pour down my sauce. I'm gonna try to keep the sauce. Doesn't that look delicious? And you probably could use a little more sauce in this, but I think it'll be just fine. I'm gonna cover it and let it just kind of, the vegetables actually have a lot of liquid in them. So I really don't want too much liquid in this. And then I'm just gonna break down some pieces of fresh mozzarella on the top just to add that topping that we might get a little hint of cheese and go, oh, can't wait to take a bite. I don't want to cover the whole thing with it. We're trying to save calories, okay? I am anyway. I got to. My cooking is showing. There you go. All right, so I've got just dots of mozzarella that are going to melt down over the top of that. and be delicious. And we're gonna cover this and put it in a 350-degree oven until everything is absolutely beautiful and melty and delicious. And well, I think maybe, yeah, I'm gonna leave it the way it is. I was gonna doctor it a little bit more, but sometimes simple is best. So I'll bring it back when I pull it out of the oven. All right, you guys, I took it out of the oven about 10 minutes ago, and just really heating it through, plus about 10 minutes to cook the vegetables. The meat's cooked, the cheese is fine, and we just want the vegetables cooked a little bit. We don't need them cooked to death, but you could certainly do it any way you want. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna cut this. The water from the vegetables is definitely apparent in this. I've let it rest, and see with pasta, the pasta would absorb the extra moisture. This isn't gonna do that, so I don't know. I think I'm just gonna try to, yep. We're gonna try, let's take this knife, how about that? And we'll probably make a sacrificial piece. So I guess if I was gonna make this with as many tomatoes and stuff, in the past I've made it with no tomatoes. So tonight I made it with those tomatoes. I would probably add some kind of a thickener, a thickening agent of some sort to the mix. But that being said, all you have to do is pull it out of, let it drain a little bit, and get it over to the plate. And you have this beautiful piece of lasagna with some chicken, and I don't know, I think my husband's gonna want a little bit more than that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out some more. Yeah, I think the tomatoes just lend too much water. That's okay, live and learn. It's a learning process, right? Woo. All right, I have some garlic bread here and a big salad, and I'm not gonna leave this behind because that's part of the mix. Yum. It absolutely smells delicious. I can't wait to taste it. Okay. So we're gonna now take that out of the picture for you. Well, I'm probably gonna let that cool all the way, and then we'll get busy with that. And now we're gonna bring you for a close-up so you can see what I got. It's absolutely beautiful. And we gotta hurry because my battery is about done. So I'm gonna give you a taste test. Okay. I'm just gonna taste right over here. And here, oh my gosh. That is absolutely fabulous. Amazing. Okay. Wow, it's cheesy and delicious, and I can tell you, I'll be making this again. No pasta, no worries, and you know what? Maybe add a thickener, or add maybe Roma tomatoes that aren't so moist, because it did lend a lot of water, but that's okay. I can drain it off and I'm good. All right, guys, I hope that you are inspired by this, because I truly hope I inspire you every time. I hope if you like this, give me a thumbs up. If you really like it, post it on Facebook, and I'll see you next time. God bless.